loud. I don't know about ever, but appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much. Doing a quick audio check. I don't know about ever, but appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much. Audio sounds good. Let me get my headphones. All right. Bop, bop. You like the background, King? Yeah, man. I had to try to customize it to where it looks like he's actually clawing the active game. So I thought it was pretty cool. That's the best I can get it, where you can still see his face a little bit, as well as his claws. So it's pretty dope. I thought it was pretty creative. All right, here we go.
Baseball. It is said it's just a game.
What's my player's name? His name is Derek Lewis. As you will hear the announcers say quite frequently. It's crazy because like when I imported him over to MLB The Show 18, with the changes they made to the hitting a little bit, little changes here and there, he kind of struggled a little bit starting out the season. But now he's starting to find his stride, and he's letting them have it. I need to change the setting on my monitor here. Take that off. How long was my furthest home run in the road to the show? I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I couldn't even begin to tell you. I mean, I would assume I've hit some, at the very minimum, 470, maybe a 480 back in the day, but I really hadn't kept track of that. You've been struggling in it for sure. So what I ended up doing, I think the reason why I struggled in the beginning was because I was trying to use the new dynamic PCI. And then I realized, as I was making a hitting tutorial of all things, I realized the dynamic PCI is kind of an unnecessary difficulty they've added in. Like, it took what was natural about the PCI in all the past games and threw an extra layer of precision on top of it, to where, like, the PCI itself, it's like arcs. I played with I think the classic PCI, which is like an arc instead of like a complete circle in the strike zone. So you have an arc, and ideally the center of the arc is your bat sweet spot. So if you can get the pitch, if you swing at the pitch when it hits that sweet spot, your chances of really good contact are much greater, and chances of a base hit are much greater. Even if it's in one of your cold zones or hot zones, you still get a better chance of hitting. With the new dynamic PCI, you can have that same PCI in the right location where the pitch is, but depending on the type of batter that you are, if you're a power hitter or a contact hitter, you either have to move your PCI a little underneath the ball or on top of the ball. in order to get a good solid hit. So it just made it way too finicky for me, and I was like, you know what, I'm going back to what I'm familiar with. And the moment I did that, my stats and stuff started to come into play. Let's see where I am right now. Second in batting average with 341. Like, I started out, like, when the season started, I was hitting in the, like, the 230s, 240s, and 260s, starting to rise up, and then I just start pouring it on. This guy right here, I don't know if I believe his stats, because I was actually leading the league in batting average for a while, and this guy just came out of nowhere batting 392. Let's see, 181 at bats, 35 runs, 11 home runs, 48 RBIs, 6 stolen bases. It's just like he just came out of nowhere. I got 205, 40 runs, 21 home runs, 53 RBIs, 4 stolen bases. Then he has like more hits than me. Just like, it just seemed like he was never on the charts. All of a sudden he just starts showing up. Do I have an Instagram? Nah, man. As far as I go is Twitter. I don't take that many pictures, so I don't really. I mean, at least that's what I figure Instagram is just a lot of pictures and stuff. So now I just have a Twitter. At bats, I don't care about at bats. That's a irrelevant stat to me. But I am surprised I have this many at bats so far in the season, because usually, like in past Road to the Shows, my player would never get a lot. He would get, I would feel like I'm getting a lot of at bats, but what you really don't get a sense of in Road to the Show, sometimes they sit your player out of games. And when you're simming to your next appearance, sometimes you don't even realize that you may be skipping over a game or two before you get to play again. It just feels like you're playing the next game each time. So, and then there you go, like 21 doubles. I mean, this guy, he just came out. He was not even on the radar like that. All of a sudden, he just jumped to the top of the stats. I think there must have been some kind of glitch somewhere. 21 doubles. I got 13. I got 5 triples, though. I had some ridiculous games with some triple. 21 home runs. I remember when we played the Blue Rays, the Tampa Rays. When we played the Rays, I went off. I hit like 4 home runs in that series, man. It was just ridiculous. Let's see. RBIs. Got a little lead there. Runs, 39 runs. And of course, I'm not even nowhere in the stolen bases category for right now. How do I feel about Aaron Judge? What about him? I haven't really followed him so far this season. Is it something in particular that you're asking about, or just him as a player in general? All right, let's see. I like to play around with my shoes, like different games and stuff. Try to, at least in my mind, I make up scenarios like I'm wearing special edition shoes, or, you know, just something silly. You know, guys, normally I usually rock my pants up high where you see my socks. I kind of let them down a little bit because I think it looks better with these particular shoes. As a player, like I said, I haven't kept up with him so far this season, but I mean, I think he's a pretty good player. Like, at least 2 years ago, when I did a player lock for him when he was still in the minor leagues, I really wasn't too impressed with him in the minor leagues, to be honest. I mean, he was just a big guy. I didn't really see the power when he was in the minors. Then when he hit to the league last year, when he came up, he was just dominating, just like power out of nowhere, and he was exciting to watch. I mean, he kind of had some moments where he kind of fizzled out a little bit. But I mean, that's kind of be expected of somebody coming into the league with that long of a season. In the minors, you don't have anywhere near that long of a season. So that's to kind of be expected. So let's see if I'm going to rock some different style of shoes today. I like the way these looks though. These look. One thing I don't like about the blue in this game, like the team color blue, it's too light of a blue for me. Like that's kind of more of a it's like a light navy, but but my Braves, we kind of more of a darker navy shade. So that's why I go all the way down here to navy blue with this. I do want to splash a little bit of red somewhere in here. Let me see. Those look pretty cool. not sure why I have neon at the bottom, which, you know, of course, all my shoes have neon in them, and my glove and stuff. I think maybe this is a hidden color because there's only so many slots for this particular shoe that you can color. So it may be taking like a slot from my previous shoes. The baseballs and the minors have bigger seams, and thus the ball doesn't go as far. Oh, really? Didn't know that. So let's rock these shoes. Oh, before I do that, uniform. So rocking the long pants. So let's see how these look. They don't look that bad. They don't look that bad. But I think I'm still gonna rock with the long pants. Yeah, we'll rock with that for now. I don't know. I can't read. I don't know if that's Chinese or Japanese, whatever. But welcome to the stream. Let's see. How was my favorite? I guess you mean who was my favorite baseball player? I really don't have like a favorite baseball player like in today's game. I mean, there's a few that I just like to watch, but I don't really have a particular favorite. So let's go ahead and jump into our next game. Oh, here we go with this. All right, so I'm starting to figure this out a little bit more, but it just seems silly to me. So let's see. Right now, my contact is 80 and 85. I can raise my cap, which is currently 82 for contact versus rights. I can raise that up to 83, just 1 point. Well, contact versus lefties, I can raise it up to 88, which is an extra point. But I'm much further away from the cap going against lefties than I am righties. So I'm not sure how many more opportunities I'll get to raise my to reach my cap or to raise my cap there. So I'm gonna look at something else. I'm at the current cap. So my current cap is 95. With my plate vision, I can raise that up 2 points, which is actually not a bad thing. I tend to want to go for plate vision. Is baseball the sport I watch most? Actually, no. The sport I watch the most, well, it depends on like when it's airing. I'm a motorcycle fan. I don't own one, but I like to watch MotoGP, and that's you have to catch that on like on BN Sports. I really like MotoGP. I like a lot of motorcycle racing as far as like what I'm looking at now. But I do catch baseball games. I have reminders set on through our cable service. Anytime the Braves are playing, it gives me a reminder for me to check the game out. I'm more of a college football fan overall. College football, NFL, baseball, and then basketball at the end. Not going to mess with bunting. So let's see what we got here in the field. My fielding, it's like fielding already feels like it's pretty easy to field. So I'll get +2 added to my fielding cap. And my fielding cap is almost maxed out at this point. So my arm strength is at max cap. Oh, Gaddis is back on the Braves? Really? Well, he's actually still on my Braves enrolled to the show, which is funny. Because where did he go? He went to the Astros, didn't he? Because I think he won. He was with them when they won the World Series. Arm accuracy, I can raise it up 2 points. So wait a minute. Contact versus lefties. Okay, so let's see. Contact versus lefties raises it up to 89. But wait a minute. So okay, so you get a different cap depending on the category. So right here, my contact versus lefties, my cap can be raised to 88. But in the field practice, if I do live batting practice, it can be raised to 89. But this is also a dual cap increase. But I'm already at max power for my against lefties. So let's look at the training facility. What can we do here? Arm strength. So the current cap is 85. So I'm at current cap. So in this attribute, I could have got 3 increases, but since I'm at the cap for power versus righties and lefties, I'm not getting much out of that one. Yoga, batting clutch, durability. I think my durability is pretty decent right now. Reaction drills. Now this one I may do, because so I can get some more steal attempts. So this would raise my cap to 83. So I'm at the current cap. So this would actually be a good one for me to do since I'm at the current cap. If I'm reading this right, I'm at 80, right? I'm at 80. And my current cap is 80, but if I select this, it'll raise my cap to 83, which is just 2 less than my max cap. So let's go look at this again. Still have a ways to go on our contact to get to the max cap. Plate vision. So okay, this is, guys, help me out with this, okay? So it's showing that my plate vision, right? You see my plate vision is on up here at the top. At the bottom it says plate vision is at max cap, right? So it's at max cap. However, down here it says my plate vision, I can raise it up to 84. So it says the current cap is 95. So okay, so it may be okay. Current cap is 95. So does that mean that my max cap is 95? Why doesn't it say at at max cap then? Because up here it says max cap, but it doesn't really tell me what my max cap is. But right here it tells me it's my current cap is 95. So I'm a little confused on that one. But in any event, we're gonna raise up our reaction so we can get good in the field a little bit better. This is so generic right here. I don't even know why they wasted resources in putting this in. Just when I select that's what I want, just let it be and just increase my stats. I don't need a half-hearted animation to prove it. All right, guys, here we go. I don't know why I was batting cleanup, and now I'm batting third. We got Justin Upton batting cleanup, but here we go. Playing these Red Sox who have been struggling. Look at that. They've lost 9 of their last 10 games. And the one game they did win, they won by 2 runs. Hopefully we can get some good hits in here. You like the animations, Matt? I mean, they're cool, but look at the background. Like they couldn't use put you out in the actual empty field, empty baseball field to make it look somewhat realistic. It's just like it's so generic. Very little effort was put into that scene, in my opinion.
Attempt to end a 6-game losing streak. Next.
All right, let me see something here. Take some of this color out of my
Pablo Santiago, the right-hander from Mexico, gets the ball here. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a chance to look at a guy that's been pretty good his last 3 starts. A whip under 1.20, so he minimizes the amount of base runners. He's a tough customer.
All right, here we go, guys. Rocking our gray units today. 341 batting average.
For the Braves, Derek Lewis having a very nice year, currently second.
Guys like my gloves.
Batting chase.
I like to spice in a little bit, sprinkle in a little bit of that neon yellow right there. All right, you know my strategy, keep that piece out right in the middle.
Here comes the first pitch. Here's a shot.
Look at, oh my God. First swing, first pitch, no doubt. But look at this, I don't feel the excitement because they don't show my home run. They don't show me swinging a home run swing. They put these animations in the game for like these real-time home run swings, but I don't even get to see mine. I get to see it on the replay. Or sometimes they'll show as you approach home, they may show the little ground camera. Yeah, Matt, no doubt dinger, but it's just like the moment you lose out on some of that moment because they don't really make it special anymore.
He just offered one of the most dangerous
like in last year, I had that out of the stadium.
Trying to pick things up where we left off. Derek Lewis. He
I like
hit
to
a
save little
two-run
clips of my
jack in his
stuff.
first at-bat.
And here we go.
PCI
PCI right in the middle, guys. That's why I like this PCI that I'm using, not the dynamic one that they added in this year. Once I went back to this one, that old feeling came back again of me being able to really control how I want to hit.
Hey, let's roll 2-ball here. Let's go.
First offering on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Even though he let that one go,
all right.
You know that's the kind of
so
pitch he
now
likes
that
to
I got
take
that
a
first
big
strike, I
hack
always
at.
dip it down a little bit because I'm all hot zone down here.
Stomach high fastball, so he's probably not throwing that one again.
That was a good curve.
And this is down at knee level as it's chopped foul at home plate.
Who is this pitching to
Hey,
me?
he looked like he was a little bit out in
Pablo
front on that breaking
Santiago.
ball right there. The body can go a little
So
bit.
let's
If
see, he
was
has
able
a
to keep
good
his
slider.
hands back a little bit,
I mean,
he
he
might
has
have been
good
able to do some
curveball.
damage
Okay.
with that pitch.
And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
It's always nice to keep a guy.
Yeah,
with good
me too,
wheels
Matt, man.
on
I got a
base.
gang of
That's
clips that I
what
just
they did
keep.
right
I
there.
actually have a video that I'm going to put out of just some of my clips that I never posted from games, like just highlights and stuff from the 17.
Hit in the air out to
That I was going
straightaway
to just
left.
put in a big video. I mean,
Is
it's
under
a lot
it,
of clips
and
too.
that's the 3rd out.
Yeah, well, I don't know how we end up signing Chris Sale in my
Nation's
road to
young
the show.
minds and
I think his player model looks a little
digging in to
overdone
try
in
it
terms of
again.
how slender
Pablo
they make him. Looks
Nunez
like
comes into this
Mr.
at-bat,
Elastic.
0 for 1 in the ball game.
for archetyping.
To the
I
windup, here
am
comes the 0-2
solid
pitch.
option.
In the air now,
Better
out to
get that,
left
Andrelton.
field. Under it now is
I'm solid
Simmons to
option,
take it
and the
in
reason
for
why I
round number
chose
2.
solid option is because, and this is what I would recommend for people to do. If you're importing your character over from MLB the show 17, look at your
Digging in
overall
once
stats
again.
of your player. So, oh, yeah, I can't see my overall. Well, I can see them right here, but the little pie chart. Look at your overall stats of your player, and then try to choose an archetype that is similar to that. That way, when your player starts to regress, it won't feel so dramatic. You know what I mean? Because they did say if your player is 99 and all this stuff, his stats will regress over time.
First delivery to him on the way.
So,
and you wonder about the control now.
and that's the only part that kind of sucks about the road to the, well, it's a lot that sucks about it, but like you can have a really good game, but then you'll start to regress in statistics because you're beyond the max cap.
The 1-0.
That ball kept rising. I should have waited. You have the good hands. Actually, on one of my alternate characters, I think he's good hands.
The 1-1 home.
Ooh, that was a nasty curve. God dog it. The player that you guys helped me create last year, his name is Damian Hold on. His name is Damian Burrows, and he was a second baseman, but then he got moved to third base. And before I imported him over, so when I imported him over, I made him good hands too, so he can have really good reaction and be good, because that's the hot plate over there.
Oh, and there's the good curveball.
Dang, that curveball.
Down on strikes for the
Dang it.
second time here tonight.
That's a pretty
I don't like
sad
that.
attempt.
I've noticed I've struck out a lot in
Ready
Road to the
once
Show
again,
this year
Dustin
in this game.
Pedroia, as he'll look to bring home that tying run
So I have
from
3
second
characters
with
so
the base
far
hit into the
on
outfield.
in this MLB the Show 18
1-2.
Road to the Show.
Hit
One
in the
I
air
just
out to
created
left. Lewis is there. 2 gone.
before I had a chance to import my main character, and I created that guy. His name is Devin Jackson, I believe, and he is I think he's Mr. Reliable. I think I made him Mr. Reliable.
Now, Derek Lewis.
So he's Mr. Reliable. My main character right here is solid option, and then the other character is good hands.
Here comes the first pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time.
Boy, if you're going to throw
I
a pitch
gotta
like
focus.
that
That's
to
the only
this
thing
guy,
about when you're
you
playing
have
this
to make
game and
sure
trying to
it's
talk
up
to the
above
stream,
zone like that.
your
He
timing
can't
is
do a
off
whole
so
lot
bad.
with that, but if it were a little lower, he can
Timing and focus
will
kinda
make you pay big time.
2-0
suffers. 2-0 count, perfect. This is where you could power swing if you really wanted to, but since we have 2 outs, I'm going to hold on to it.
Count. Here it comes. Right over the middle, knee high.
And good pitch. I thought that was going to drop out of the zone. So now I'm going to dip this down a little bit.
And
that was a bad pitch to swing at. The count should be 3-1 right now instead of 2-2. I'm helping him out. He's probably going to throw. See how he has a good 2-seamer. He's probably going to throw a 2-seamer.
The 2-2 doesn't get the zone. Count.
See that? Out. And the way I knew he was going to throw a 2-seamer, this is how you can tell like how often a pitch is going to be thrown to you. If you look at the blue arc around each one of the pitch types, you see his 2-seamer is almost 3/4 full. So that to me tells me either he throws a lot of strikes with that pitch, or his pitch is thrown to get a strikeout. Like if you get a strikeout with a particular pitch, that confidence, you get a boost in confidence with that pitch, and it makes it that much more effective overall. So that lets me know that he'll probably throw his 2-seamer. The next pitch he is pretty decent at is his splitter. So I mean he's can be pretty predictable.
And he lays off, ball 4.
But he actually threw a slider, and his slider was horrible. Because the slider didn't have a lot of confidence, so that pitch was easy to judge. And it was nowhere near the strike zone. That's what you have to do. You have to kind of like scout the pitcher, and it'll help you out to know what to expect. Especially for those of you who like to do predict the pitch.
Quick check on that tying run at first.
They do a lot of trying to pick you off this year too.
Lewis leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. And there he goes towards second. And now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. He has some trouble with it. Well, it took him till the 7th, but he gets his first hit of the game here, and that'll extend his hitting streak.
And he didn't come out of what he was trying to do all day, Dan. Kept the front shoulder tough.
He created Bo Jackson, nice.
And didn't try and get too
There's a pretty good Bo Jackson out there in the players' vault. I seen the other day. He's a home run archetype.
He hopes to get hits early in the game.
Now the home run archetype, is there a home run archetype? I didn't think that was one titled home run.
Skied into straightaway right. Nunez on the move. No trouble with this one.
By the way, I'm holding R1 just so I can see where the ball is going.
2 left for Atlanta. Still down a run. It's 4-3.
I know there's some archetypes where you have 99 power. I can't remember the names of them though.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. He enters this at
powerhouse. Okay.
2 with a walk. We're in the 7th inning now of a 4-3.
See, why couldn't this be the camera when you're fielding? It makes you really feel like you're that player. I'm actually holding up on the right analog.
Pulls this one in the air out to left. Lewis has a play. 2 down.
They need to tweak the gains that you get in this game, because let me tell you, the other night, like if you're up to bat and there's a runner on third base and you ground out or however you don't advance that runner and you don't get on base, it gives you 3 dings for batting clutch. I hit a grand slam.
First offering on its way. Here we
I hit a grand slam and only got a 1 positive gain for batting clutch. Like, if anything, that should have been a 3 gain.
This is line to left.
Oh, man, I thought that was going to hit the green monster.
1 quick out to start inning number 9.
You need some hitting tips with directional hitting. Best tip I can give you is don't use directional hitting. Go PCI. Go zone hitting. Once you do zone hitting and you get the hang of it, you'll never go back to any other hitting method. You'll realize that directional hitting feels so cheesy and cheap and not accurate. Because to me, zone hitting, all those, you're not really in control of how you want to hit. Hold on.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Gone! They win it!
Wow. They won off of that? Really? Okay. Like with directional hitting, no matter what you do in terms of how you want to hit the ball, up, down, left, right, it's really based off the player's attributes. I mean, like 80-90% of the player's attributes, and not anything that you're doing as the gamer. When you use zone hitting, wherever you place that PCI indicator in the strike zone, that's going to determine how you want to hit. So if you want to try to hit a ground ball, you can really influence that. You really can't influence that too much when you use directional hitting. Yes, you can hit down on the D-pad to influence that, but it's not going to be as accurate as you with zone hitting. If you want to hit the ball to the opposite field, you can bring your PCI in closer to the batter, so that it's you're hitting the barrel of your bat is going to hit the edge of the ball for the most part. So I definitely would recommend you use zone hitting. Go into practice mode and practice with it, man. You know, give yourself a half hour just practicing with it and being patient, and you won't regret it.
Was clicking for him in this contest, and the man you see there was a major contributor. For that, he's the.
You see, Alex says he used to use directional hitting last year, and he watched my video on zone hitting, and it helped a ton. Yeah, man. I got so many compliments on that video, like how people like instantly improved their batting average and stuff. And I was like, man, that's what I'm talking about. That's what it's all about.
The Boston Red Sox came through when it mattered in the ninth on the way to the win. Johnny Witt claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. From my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our
some of these games I don't even know. Oh, I'm on a 5-game hitting streak.
For more, click over to theshownation.com.
Okay.
Now from Fenway Park here
I would
in
recommend
Boston.
anybody
Today
in
is
zone
the
hitting.
second of this 3-game series between the Atlanta.
All right, daytime game. That's what I'm talking about.
Arturo Campanella, the Venezuelan left-hander, will be the man on the mound. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, you can tell by this strikeout to walk ratio 2-to-1 that this guy is more a pitch to contact guy than a strikeout walk guy.
Standing in,
Batting average still looking pretty strong there.
A very nice year, currently second in the NL batting chase. And that misses inside 1-0. Well,
keep that PCI right in the middle of that plate until he throws his first strike, whether you swing at it or not.
That ended a 6-game losing streak.
Yeah, Matty, this place is buzzing right now. This team won the opener of the series yesterday, and they're looking to step
what
on
this will
team's
teach
throat
you
and
as a
take the first
gamer,
2 games of this
and also in the game, it'll teach you plate discipline, patience.
It's laid off, but
baseball is a game of patience. You know, you got to be really deliberate on what you do. All right, so now you got the first strike thrown. I move my PCI to cover more of my hot zones.
That's going to be a tough pitch to handle.
And it's 2 balls
He's
and
throwing
2
some good
strikes
pitches,
now.
man, right on the
Look
flat.
at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is
Because your hot zones increases your likelihood of getting a solid hit, or solid contact, and also increasing base hits.
I always felt like
a swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance.
Come on, come on.
Maybe
Oh man, he was at the wall. Did he have his hand on the wall?
Hauled in out there. False alarm, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Braves. Now the Red Sox.
Right, Alec. Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah, with directional hitting, it's just kind of like you're at the mercy of what random roll of the dice the game is gonna determine where your hit is gonna go.
Xander Bogaerts, as he'll get hit.
I know. You know, let's replay that. I want to see exactly. Cause look, I thought he had his hand on the wall. It looked like he had his hand on the wall. Let's see. He did have his hand on the wall at first. Man, warning track power. Please give me a camera like this.
There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. And it's off the Green Monster.
See, and it's really hard, you know, because the camera, like, I mean, they said they tried to move the camera out to make it easier to field, but at the same time, when you're running to track a ball down, the camera is slowly panning around to show you from the side view, and your player runs, he starts changing direction from where he's running, so you have to constantly move your analog stick to adjust for the camera rotation, and then once it gets so far back, it flips around to the other side. So it's like you're fighting the camera as well as trying to track the ball.
And solid contact there as this ball is belted high in the air
camera.
out to left.
Like, there was nothing I could do. I couldn't see anything. with the camera like right over top of my player, how can you even judge anything like that?
It's one of the beauties of playing in Fenway right there. Most places that's a double or a home run.
I don't know how you say your name. Josu? Hosu? I'm not really sure how you say it. No, this is not player lock. This is road to the show.
Digging in for his second.
Do I get a lot of fielding opportunities in left field? With my center field, I rarely get a chance to catch fly balls. It's most drive balls. Yeah, I get a lot of opportunities in left field. I mean, that's a pretty common outfield position.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Because most, you know, got to think most batters are probably like right-handed. They bat from the right side of the plate. So most of their hits are generally going to go to the left field, left center. Because I mean, as you know, on any team you put your weakest player in right field. Why? Because it gets the least amount of action.
Awfully tough now to cover both the inside and the outside part. Like
your weakest fielder, that is.
Now the 2-0.
That's a good hit. That's a double. That's a double. That's maybe a triple for me.
Rounds third and is digging for the plate. He'll come across to score, and the
Braves, as you guys noticed, as I was rounding second, going to third, I'm completely blind to where the ball is. I have no idea where the ball is. I don't know if they're going to try to throw me out at third, or if they're going to try to throw it to home. In last year's game, the camera would show you always where the ball is. It would always track the ball, and it would show your player from the front. But all you have to do is hold up for your player to keep running to the next base, which made it very easy to keep yourself in the action and understand what you're doing. In the camera angle changes they made this year, where it just strictly, like here, it just stays behind your player.
Wow, that's awfully impressive.
It's horrible when you're trying to run the base path. Horrible. So you have to hold R1 for it to revert back to the camera angle from last year's game, but it only stays like that as long as you're holding R1. So it makes it really weird.
1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time.
You have to move over to the left.
On third with 2 out.
Yeah, I mean left field. It's yeah. See, I'm holding R1 now so I can see where the ball is.
And
safe, all right. Good, got a run in. And that was a Gaddis, wasn't it?
That could be so frustrating. You're trying to go out there and make quality pitches, and that was a really good pitch. And I would be willing to bet you he's surprised that turned into an infield single.
Brandon
Back
Belt.
To the top of the order now, and standing in now, the
left-handed
hitting
third.
first baseman Brandon
Got a 1-run lead.
Into the windup, here comes the
so we lost that last game, and this team has lost. Well, they lost 9 of the last 10. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, right. Look at this. Like this team is supposed to be horrible. We're like second in our division. But yet, all of a sudden, the Red Sox are playing like all-stars.
And the Red Sox have drawn back to even at 3-3.
I thought it was 3-3 before you hit that.
The ball seems to jump off the bat a lot more during the day. This is the first one of the day, but we might see a few more before this.
But I really hate how, you know, when you get a good hit, that there's no hitting camera angles to really accentuate like how important that hit was. Like with the home runs, they added all these new home run cameras. Like when you're just playing like regular games, as long as you're not player lock-in or roll to the show, you'll see all these different camera presentations. Like I'll show you guys if I can find one real quick. Just I got a lot of clips here. So let's see if this one right here. See if this is one. So this is this Rizzo? This may be one of the new camera angles. Like that right there. See that camera angle? Like why don't they have that in roll to the show? Like that really hones in right on your player. That's one of the new cameras they have this year. But you don't get any cameras when you hit a home run. I have seen a camera, if they're gonna show it, let's see. No, they still didn't show it. There's another camera where as your runner is coming home and it's a low camera angle like that. They do have that kind of camera, but that's just like that's after everything has already happened.
Swung on and hit deep to left center. This one
Chris
has
Bryant.
a chance. And
So nice. trying to find another camera angle. Is this another one from Rizzo?
Now Rizzo belts one, carrying well into right field.
Yeah.
And
Dang,
that's
upper
a
deck.
home run into the top 10.
All right, well.
As we get a look there at the
But you get my point that you don't. There's no camera angle. Like even in last year's game.
One out and
Hold on a
one
second.
on here in the inning. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing, high drive, left field and deep. And it bangs off the monster. Pedroia rounds the corner and is headed home. The runner from first crosses the plate. It's a 4-3 game.
Well, when you leave a pitch that high in the zone like that, you have to expect bad things to happen. So instead of a double play ball, he gives up a shot to the outfield, and that brings the runner all the way around from first to score.
Digging in and looking for more, Derek Lewis. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
You can really tell about how effective this guy's going to be when guys are swinging at that changeup. So far in this one, they've been real smart to let it go.
The 1-0.
All right, sorry about that. That was the wife and kids. All right. I don't know what happened with that fielding opportunity, but you see, it was very hard to judge where that ball was coming off the green monster. No, why did I swing at that?
Zone for the first strike.
I'm pretty surprised by the location.
Right, the camera angles would be great if they put those in Road to the Show. I mean, they've taken so much of the immersion of Road to the Show away, where you don't even feel like you're this character anymore.
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over.
Like Road to the Show, everything that they do in this game mode is supposed to be designed to make you feel like you're this player.
2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count
and
full now.
they keep removing stuff that takes that immersion away. They took out the fielding mechanic, that way you, instead of running to the spot on the ground, you look up in the sky to track the ball. They took that out.
And he takes
They
ball
took
four,
out
so he's on, and as you know, that often means
when you
the
hit the
steal
ball,
could be in order here.
Yeah, the pitching
like how
coach
the
would hate
camera
to go
would
to the
tilt
bullpen
down,
this early
like
in the
next to
game,
you,
but
at
sometimes
your
you
player,
have
and
no choice.
show
On the
your player
flip side, he
watching the
might
ball
just
as
get
it's
in his
going
face a little bit out there,
over the
try to
fence.
challenge him,
They removed
wake him
that
up from his funk.
camera
Either
angle.
way,
Everything
we'll
is just
see
so
how it
pulled
works.
out. It's so half-hearted. It's just like they just said, you know what? We're just gonna just retool this and just leave it like that. We're not going to really look into how it's going to impact the fun factor of the mode. We're just going to make this camera angle, spread it across all areas of Road to the Show, and leave it at that.
Hit high and deep out to straightaway left. Morrison.
See, I might hold R1 now. If I hold R1, the camera pans, right? You don't hold it, it follows your player.
So a 3-run
Well,
blast to
they could
left,
patch a camera
12
angle
home
in,
runs
because
for
it's
him now
nothing
thus
more
far,
than just
and they double him up. It's
an
8-4.
asset that they already have. Like if they didn't have it and they had to create it, then that'd be one thing. But they already have this. We know this because they had it in last year's game. They won't do it. They won't patch something like that in.
Wow, not every call is going to go your way. There are some pitchers that pitchers think are
for one, patches cost a lot of money,
and it puts you in a bad spot, and you can tell.
And of course, they're going to try to save as much money as they can. They're a smaller studio. They're not one of these big AAA studios, so they're not going to invest money into something like that. If it's not Diamond Dynasty related, they're not going to invest a lot of money into improving a game mode.
Moving under it.
Like why are they showing my player from this angle? Why? Like I don't need to see my player make the catch like that. I'd rather him look up and catch the ball like that.
And we're only in the 5th inning.
So I don't know, man.
Striding in once again, Edwin Encarnacion. He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance.
It's like they're getting further and further away from what
Well
makes.
struck,
Oh my
high
gosh!
and
And
deep
look
to
at this
left
camera
field.
angle. How can I feel the ball? It's straight. Look at this.
But he
Look.
can't make a play,
I have
and
to.
it's off the
I
monster.
can't judge where this ball is.
And he is into second base with a double. His
How?
third
How can
hit
you
this
play the
afternoon.
game like that?
So a 2-out double here gives him some new life here in this 5th inning. And you can see
And they're
right
talking
there,
about
he
they,
currently
you know, the
sits
camera
second
angles.
on
They
the
made
Red
them
Sox in
better.
that category.
That's not better to me. It still gives you an awkward angle. Like I can't tell where anything is.
Hey, nobody out now.
Now at the plate, Derek Lewis.
All right. At least we still are leading right now. But knowing this game, it'll make the Red Sox come back and we go extra innings.
Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike.
Because this game loves to make game go extra innings.
Into the windup,
Nope,
here comes
can't
the
see
0-1.
anything.
And I'm not
Oh,
sure, but it
knuckle
looks like
curve,
he may
good
have
Lord.
been blindfolded for that swing.
I
It's
shouldn't have
0-2
swung
now.
at that.
Hey, he gets a pass right
All right,
there
let's see.
for that ugly
Oh,
swing.
his knuckle
He's been
curve
having
is his
a
best pitch
monster
right now,
season.
too.
Take a step out of the box, regroup. He'll get right back in this, AB.
And I knew I
Breaking
shouldn't have
ball
swung at
swung
that.
on
I
in
knew
the
I
dirt,
shouldn't have.
and
Because I
he
knew it
makes
was a
the
knuckle
throw to
curve.
first. Lewis is retired, and there's one away.
All right, so it looks like we got 11 now, 11-5.
Digging in, Derek Lewis.
Okay.
He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last
Yeah.
time up. First delivery to him on the way. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball
Yeah,
one.
not gonna
Bases
fool me
are
so much
empty
with that
here with
knuckle.
two
Ooh,
men out.
he's really getting people with the knuckle curve. Look at this. Look at the confidence in the knuckle curve. It is almost completely full. That means he's been getting a lot of us out with that pitch.
And they won't get him to chase
That's
the
why he keeps
curveball
throwing
in
it.
the dirt that time.
I'm
and
telling you
it's
guys,
2-0
if you
now.
study,
As we near
there's certain
the end of
nuances in
one,
this
it's
game
clear
that if
the
you
long
pay
ball
attention
has
to
played a
them,
big role
it'll
in
really
today's
help you out.
outcome. Dan,
So
Debo,
I mean,
what
just
are
by
your
me
final
checking
thoughts
his
on what we've
pitches
seen?
and seeing
Yeah,
what
just
his what is his
non-competitive
most
pitches in
strong
some
pitch
big
that he has,
situations,
I
Dan,
know it's
and
his
the
knuckle
offense
curve.
took full
After that,
advantage of
Yeah,
it.
you
it
know,
looks
Debo,
like it
one
may
of the
be
things
his
about pitching is you
four
wanna have
seamer,
location,
and then his
it
two
was
seamer
obvious in
changeup
this
are
one
pretty
today
identical.
that the pitchers weren't on
So he's
point,
probably
and
gonna
what
throw his
happens
four
when
seamer
that
right now.
happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
Throw in time, and the side is retired.
Looked like his leg came off the foot came off the base.
You might think
Will
it's
we
just
won
another
that
win,
game?
but it's awfully hard to win in this game, especially on the road. But they find
they
a way
should've
to
took
get it
that out.
done,
The
and they
dab.
should be very happy with this performance.
11-6, the final score in this ball game. The Braves took the lead in the fourth and held on.
What camera
until
do I
the
hit
end.
on? I'm glad you
Oliver
asked that,
Bearden
Matt.
earned his fifth.
I actually use a modified camera. That's one of the things I talk about that in the hitting
Sunday
tutorial video that I'm making.
baseball on the
That's
show
one of the
as we
first steps I
welcome you
talk
inside
about
Fenway.
is getting the proper camera angle.
Striding in.
So I'll
Derek
show you real
Lewis.
quick. So, as far as sliders, the only thing that I've tweaked on sliders is right here. And I would recommend you guys do that too. The fielder run speed and reaction, it's a little unrealistic out of the box with it set at the default right here. You put it right here, you'll start to see you get more, not really more hit variations, but you'll get more hits that'll actually be more realistic to go over their heads or in the gap. They get too quick of a reaction to catch pitch balls that they normally should not catch. And also the arm strength when they're throwing in the outfield and infield is way too strong. So I would suggest you take these down 2 notches. But those are the only sliders that I use. But camera angle, I use a custom view. Mine is based off of the default fisheye. And the only thing that I did, like let me reset it. How do you reset the reset camera? So this is the regular fisheye right here. And as you can see, the camera is up a little high. So what I do is I always like to bring my camera down, because now right here, I can really tell if this pitch is going to be a pitch that's going to be low in the zone or fall out of the strike zone. With it at this angle, you'll never know that, because you're kind of looking down at the pitch a little bit. It's very hard to judge. So if I would suggest you rotate this down a little bit, and then I bring the camera in about like that. So this way, you're kind of level with the pitcher, and you can get a better idea of if the pitch is going to be a pitch that's going to be low enough to where it's still going to hit the strike zone in the black, or if it's going to go out of the strike zone. The default with it being up like this, trust me, you cannot tell. It's very hard to tell. I have a couple camera angles. So let's see. There's 1, 2, and these are all different ones that I've tooled around with. 4 is that I haven't even done anything with that one, but yeah, I don't even know which one. Let me just exit. Nope.
Having a very nice
So yeah, camera angle is important. That's the
currently
first thing I talk
second
about
in the NL batting chase.
in my hitting tutorial, because that makes a world of
Here's
difference.
The first pitch to him, and a
That's a
changeup
good pitch.
right down the middle. Well, these Red Sox entering play here this afternoon. They continue to fall on hard times,
All right,
losing
so
again last
Strong,
time
he has
out.
his
That
changeup,
makes
which is the
7
pitch that he
losses
just
in their
threw,
last
as you
8
can see.
games.
Yeah,
By the
Matty,
color
this is
of
big
the
one right
around
here.
that
They've
number
split the
1,
first 2 games
changeup
of
is his
this
strongest
series. You
pitch.
wanna
Next
steal
pitch is
one right here.
a cutter,
Be feeling good about
and then his
yourself.
four seamer.
Yeah, D-Roll,
So
I
once
think
you
one
know
of the
how
things you
the
wanna
break
do,
on
you
these
get to the
different
third
pitches,
game. You'd
then
like to win this series and
you'll
finish
be able
strong by winning
to
game 3.
align your
It's always
PCI
nice
in a
to
better
win series,
location
whether it's
to
at home
account
or
for
on
that.
the road. So this is a big one for this ball club.
So I'm gonna come over here a little bit. Yep.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a
I
strike.
knew he was going that way.
Has a reputation, or a knack, if you will, for working himself out of tough situations when he finds himself there. A lot of relief pitchers are known for that, obviously, but as a
All right,
starter,
so
that's
2-1
certainly
count. I'm in a
valuable
hitter's count.
characteristic to have.
He's gonna start
Matty,
trying to
and
throw
I'm gonna
something
tell
a
you
little
who
bit
likes
better.
this. The bullpen likes it, and the
Ooh,
manager
got the
likes
call
this
by the
because most
in
pitchers
my
are
favor.
going to get into trouble at least one
So
or
here's
2
our
times
opportunity
during
where
the
if
course
you
of a
want to
start.
swing for the
And it's
fences, I mean,
nice
it's
to
2
know as a
outs, but if you
manager
want to just go
that
for
you
broke,
have a
you
guy
can just
that's out
power
there
swing.
that can pitch with men on base and wiggle out of some
No
tough
need.
jams.
I'll
This
take that
guy's
walk.
made a living doing this in his career.
And that's the big thing people kind of struggle with this game is like nobody wants a walk. Walks are boring. But, you know, if you're playing a
Yeah,
baseball
the guy's
game,
been on
walks
fire
happen in
lately,
real
hitting anything
baseball.
close,
So you have
I
to,
think this is the way to go
you just
here.
have to
Get the bat out of
look
his
at it from
hands
that
any way
standpoint.
you can.
You know, you got walked, so do some damage on the base pass. I'm going to try to steal a base.
The 3-1 pitch. Runner goes for second. Grounded to
Yep.
third. Throw to first will get him
All for
easily,
naught.
and the side is retired.
What stance do I use?
1 left for Atlanta.
My player's stance, I forgot the
So coming to
name,
the plate,
but it's
Brandon
actually, I
Geyer.
customized
He'll
it
lead
though.
things off here in the bottom half of the
I have to
first.
show you after this game. 3-2
He
count.
has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing, high drive, left field and deep. Not quite out of here.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
off the out-of-town scoreboard.
Look, you see the camera. You see the camera rotate, and then it took
he'll
my player
pull
this
into
way.
second here with
Like,
nobody out.
come
That's
on,
how quickly
game.
things can change in this crazy game. The pitcher was upset about the call in the previous pitch, which could have been
So watch
strike
this
3.
replay,
Then
watch
he
my
serves
character.
up one for a double.
The
Good
camera
example of why
rotates,
you
and then it
have
takes
to
you
have
off
a
the
short
path.
memory in this
Look,
game. You
look
let
at that
those things
that
get you,
hard
and
angle I
oftentimes
took.
they lead to more.
All right, so let's analyze this real quick. Oh, it's gonna have me talking too, but it's okay.
Swing, high
So here we go.
drive, left field and deep. Not quite out of
Oh
here.
my
It's
gosh.
off the out-of-town scoreboard.
Look,
Look,
see the camera.
and
You see
the crazy thing was I was following the cone because the cone dictates where the ball is. So I said, okay, let me follow the cone.
Oh
So
my
I'm
gosh.
following the direction of the cone, and as
Look,
soon
you
as
see
the
the
camera
you see the
rotated
camera
back
rotate,
around, it
and then
took
it
me
took my player
hard
this
the other
way.
way. Oh man, oops. I think some of these was that game in Tampa Bay.
Eric Lewis.
Where's the Tampa Bay game? I lost my mind in those games. That was
Again, a 1-2. Here's a shot to
see what come I need a home run camera right there.
this. And out of here. And I mean by plenty.
Look at
That
this
ball
silly
was
animation.
crushed.
You know how you can choose your home run acceleration now? The problem with that though is that they only show you the part where you're coming towards home plate. They don't show the stuff when you're around in second and third. Like, this is way too goofy. I'm like, really? Peanuts? Throwing peanuts in my mouth? And then I'm doing the Cam Newton on second base? And this is the second one that I chose. The first one was even more ridiculous. So, I don't know, man.
Stepping into the box.
They kind of they do stuff half-heartedly, I feel. All right, here we go, guys. Let's focus up. What's up, Zachary? Thanks for joining the stream, man.
Here it is. A fastball that just misses inside.
This is absolutely a huge spot
right, Domingo. Barry Bonds, he was just like, he had and I said this in my player lock when I did it. He had exceptional, for being a power hitter, he had great plate discipline. Most power hitters don't have good discipline at all, because they're so focused. They depend on their strength all the time, and they just always want to try to outmuscle any kind of pitch that's thrown to them.
Come on, baby, stay high enough.
Yeah, I know.
Now a drive out
Good
to the
hit,
gap
good
in
hit.
right
Oh,
center.
my hitting streak stays alive. This is a
He's on
double.
his way home.
Hold R1 so I can follow the
And the
ball.
runner will score from second.
Still holding R1. See, isn't this angle much better for me to see where the ball is? It helps me know where I'm going.
It's 6-2 now.
Okay, I get 1+ for batting clutch on that. Why come I can't get 2? That was a triple. It wasn't like I just hit somebody in that was on third base for batting clutch. I got a triple and scored some and brought in a run. That should be a 2+ for batting clutch. I think they need to be a little more liberal with the batting clutch, because you have so few opportunities to get batting clutch moments.
High in the air out to center field. Bradley is there.
Should I go for it, guys?
He hauls
No,
it in
I think I
without
took
any
off too
trouble,
early.
and there are 2
I could have
away.
made that too.
And boy,
Definitely could have made it. His arm was weak.
Shot at scoring him there, but
Got a little
they put
too
up a
anxious.
stop sign with 2 away now.
Yeah, that will be a bench clearing brawl, man.
So digging in now, Lonnie Chisenhall. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Legendary, I'm gonna show you guys my batting stance after this game. I forgot the name of I think it's like Edwin Navarro or
Here's
something
the
like that.
0-1 pitch.
That wasn't the name of the person that I chose.
Liner
See,
in
that's
the
not
middle
R1,
base
that's
hit.
R1.
And the
See the
runner
difference?
from
Like,
third scores
you
as
can't
they
see
try to
any
work
action
their way back into
from the
this one.
default camera.
Outside of taking the ball in the seats, Dan, these were my favorite knocks to get. 2
Steroids
outs,
don't give you
man
plate
on
discipline
third,
or
and
talent.
You're able to upset that
Yep,
entire
I mean,
team, including
yeah,
that
this is
pitcher
still
who
allegedly
played
though,
2
because
out
you know,
really not.
And so frustrating.
all this they haven't really definitely said that, you
Leading
know,
off the inning,
got him
Derek
with using
Lewis.
steroids. I
And
mean,
they'll need him to get something
there's a
going
lot of
here.
clouds around him, but you know, whatever. So now Boston's winning again. Now here we go.
He's
Let's
ready.
focus
Here's
up.
the first offering. Swung on
Way
and
too
missed.
late.
Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
What's up, Josh?
Yeah, you attack
Thanks
the
for joining the
zone
stream,
and get
man.
a swing and a miss that late on your first pitch.
Beautiful
fastball.
game, ugly
Good
ballpark.
chances coming right back with the
It's
same.
the oldest park in the league now, man.
The 0-1 delivery. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
Yes,
Looks to me like
L1
he's
does
trying
do
to
something
make
with the fielding
adjustments.
camera.
It's the pitch up there
L1
at the plate, but
focuses
he's looked
on your
completely
third base
thrown
coach,
off so far.
which is
Late on the
also a
first
helpful
one,
camera to
way
use
out
if
front
you're
on the
rounding
second.
second, because you want to know should you take the base or not.
There's a
So yes,
fastball
I've used that
just
before in the
misses.
past
Ball 1.
when I'm running, but that was when the default camera, and like in last year's game, where it followed the ball. So if it's panning, showing you the ball, it's showing your player from the front, so you can't see the
Here
third
he
base
comes on
coach.
a ball and 2 strikes.
Ooh, I got lucky.
Misses. Ball 2.
So then, yes,
Kind of pitching him
RL1,
backwards
it
in this AB.
focuses the
Soft
camera
stuff
on
early,
your third base
then
coach,
those
and he
last
will
two
let you know.
are
He'll
fastballs.
either do
Trying to
like
get it right by him.
he'll do like that to tell you to stay, or he'll do like that to tell you to, you know, keep advancing. So it's really helpful. Where's his pitches? What does he have? He has a changeup. Changeup movement, it just drops down low.
The 2-2. Locks
Oh.
him up for strike 3.
Backwards K.
Time now for the Red Sox Road to the Show report as we get a
Oh,
look
from the
at two
fielding
guys
opportunity,
making
not
some
base
noise in
running?
the upper minors.
I don't think L1 does anything. I know if you click in your
So
art, if you
striding
click in the
Derek
right analog
Lewis.
stick,
He got called out
it's
on
supposed to
strikes
make
his
you
last time
follow
through.
the ball, but again, it's just really just more of the same of the default camera. It doesn't let you look up in the air and follow it.
Here comes the first pitch. And that
Notice
one
how
just
every time I'm
missed
off the bat, it's
outside.
always 2 outs. Do you guys notice that in your roll to the show? The majority of the time when you're at bat, there's always 2 outs, it seems.
Hit the other way out toward right field.
Oh, I thought that was going to
Geyer
go a little
is
deeper
there,
than
and
that.
he'll make the catch to retire the side. Nothing across here this
I mean, I'll
half.
try to hit L1 and see if it does anything. Oh, well.
Hey, it always feels
They
good to
won
win a
again.
baseball game, but when you can
It's
win
crazy.
one at home in
It's
front of your
amazing
home
how
crowd,
my team
all those fans cheering, this is a good win for this
has
team.
been dominant.
8-5
But then
today.
they do stuff like
Boston
they
Red
look in the
Sox
8th inning.
jumped
They
out to
score
an
2
early
runs
lead
in the
in
8th
first
inning.
and never looked back. play Buchholz.
It's crazy.
Earned his 5th win
We
of
got
the
5
year.
runs in the third.
Alex
They got
Wood
6. They
struggled
got
and
6
gets the
runs
loss
in the
after giving
first
up
inning.
6 earned. Richard Hummel records the save, his 11th.
And before I started this series with the Red Sox, you guys seen their record of the last 10 games. They only won 1 out of 10 games. They had lost 9 of their last 10. And these games that they played us, I think let's see this. I turned off the narrator because I got tired of hearing his voice. It was way too annoying and too country. Hold on a second. All right, sorry about that. I'm currently working through my first road to the show. Just bought the PS4. This was the game. Okay, nice, man. And I'm starting pitcher in the model of Tom Glavine. Okay. Well, let us know how that progresses. Derek, my attention has been drawn to your base stealing numbers. They're not good. I know. You don't give me a lot of opportunities. Just go ahead and be frank with me. I'm just going to say okay. How I'm going to improve at it without trial and error. I'll just say right. See, if you want to try to steal bases, do it in practice sessions until you get better at it. Okay, understood. So we're on the plane. I guess we're headed back to Atlanta. So let's see. You see how well my team has been doing. All these wins, all these wins. Then we come up against the worst team, and somehow they hit a game-winning home run right here. I don't. And they beat us in the bottom of the ninth. And then it was just crazy. I don't know how they became that good all of a sudden. I think you can see the box score. Yeah, you can see the box score here. All the other stuff. All right. So let's look at my player real quick in terms of his batting stance. So Efren Navarro. I don't even know who that is. I use his batting stance, but I've made my own settings. So if you guys want to copy my batting stance, here it is. Use Efren Navarro. There's my handoff sets. Rotation. I didn't touch the hand waggle or anything. Didn't touch the elbow. 50. And there's my hips. I brought my legs in a little bit. And I think I made him stand a little more upright. There's his foot. And that's pretty much it right there for that. So look, this is what I'm talking about, the home run celebration. So actually, I have Giancarlo Stanton. Oh, never mind. Okay, what I showed you guys was a clip. I'm about to say, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be doing that. Yeah, if you want to like a typical something that's not over the top, you have to pick one of the actual MLB players. Let's see. Yeah, that is almost like a Griffey Jr. stance, but it's really the most resemblance to my stance in real life. Ken Griffey, he doesn't have a lot of movement in his batting stance. I mean, he's more like completely standing straight up, and just little gyrations, not that much. But like the batting stance, like the home run sequence, I think I was using was 17. It was this right here, and see, the only thing that you're seeing right here is when you get to home plate. This is the only thing they'll show you. Even if you let it just continue to keep playing, that's it. This is only coming into home. It was either 17 or 14. Let's see. No, it wasn't that. I don't even know what that one was. Yeah, so 17. Yeah, that was the one that I chose. But when he got around the bases, like he did a potato sack stuff when he's going around third base. He was like act like he was in a potato sack. And then he did a flip. And it wasn't even a good flip. He did a flip going over to second base. Like, it was ridiculous. I think I even have a clip of that. Let me see. I gotta go down here too. Let me put this on regular clips. Let's see. It's one of these.
Really good
Use Bellinger's home run celebration. So not that one. See this one. Maybe it's this one.
He's set and the 2-1 pitch. Here's a shot to left
Look,
field.
I don't even know where the ball is. That's how bad this home run camera is. You don't even know where the ball is because the opposing team just stands still. Is it gonna show me my celebration? No. That's not it.
Turner's on to get him in, but that hasn't been the case.
Here's a shot to left field and deep.
That's me holding R1 right there so I can see it. Man, that was almost third row.
The second deck.
I mean third deck. That's not either. I'm gonna find that clip. I know I got one saved. Yeah, I think this is it.
Swing and there
Another hit. I mean, I'm getting around great on those pitches too. Like, that's the perfect location. Left center for a right-handed batter. Here it is. Look at this. Look at this. I didn't even touch second base either. And then rounding third, it's like I'm in a potato sack race with the third base coach. Watch this. What is this nonsense? And then when I get home, I play rock, paper, scissors, and then I do push-ups. That may be on the other one that I did. But I'm like, that is it. That is so dumb. And then that is home run celebration. That's generic celebration 17. That is this one right here. But you don't see any of that in this celebration. I mean, there's nothing I can do to even like make it play another scene. It's like it just shows you coming home. Yeah, it is immature born. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. So I couldn't use these anymore. Yeah, true enough. There's really nothing generic about it. It's way over the top. But the other one, I'm gonna show you guys the other one. You got to see the other one. It's just as retarded. There it is. Oh, you guys already seen that one. But I think that's the one where I do push-ups at home plate too. But you know what? I think these generic celebrations, I think they're really meant more for Diamond Dynasty, to be honest. I think that's really where they're meant to be used. Like, look at this. He's throwing peanuts. Now I'm a seal. I'm getting sardines or something thrown. Look at this. And then it makes it even more ridiculous that your player's face doesn't even change. Barely touched it. Now watch this. Rock, paper, scissors. And then I drop down and have to do push-ups. Look at this. All of this is happening in the middle of a game.
That was this lineup's third homer of the game.
Oh my goodness, man. It's crazy. It is crazy. Good thing Marcus Stroman is a position player. You can see him pulling this crap if he had a home run. Is he silly like that? So, let's see the league leaders. 404. They got Steele up there. Seven triples. And I'm tearing it up on the triples. So like my player, and people may look at my player like, how am I 99 overall? It's like, if you look at my player, I'm not like overpowered in any statistic. In any one of them. Hold on. Yeah, see, I'm not overpowered in any position. I mean, I think my guy, when I set out to create my player, I wanted him to be like well balanced overall, just a well-rounded player. And that's pretty much how I made him. But, you know, he's 99 overall, I guess, because he's pretty much just really good in everything, like almost a complete round pie chart. But guys, thank you for joining the stream. I will stream a little bit. Well, I'll stream again tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be able to stream tonight. The wife and kids are actually pulling into the driveway now, so I got to jump off. But I want to thank you guys for joining the stream so much, interacting in chat. It's really appreciated. And like I said, I will see you guys in my next stream. Follow me on Twitter. All my handles at the top of the screen there. And I will see you then. Till next time, peace.